Hi everyone, David Ward. It is Thursday, December 30th, 2021, 8:19 p.m. Looks like we're maybe getting potentially some expansion down here. Blue LSMA is still going lower in the 6 hour. That green may end up coming back down, causing something else. Same there in the 12 hour. Potentially in the future for the 24 hour. Nearing exhaustion. Maybe one more candle, then exhaustion. But it could be the next candle. Especially if this red R sign, the 4 hour, ends up coming back down. The green's coming down further. If we get expansion down, of course, it's much easier to get expansion down at the moment in the 3 hour than it is expansion up, because for expansion down, all we need is the next candle, the green, to continue coming down and the red R sign to come below level 50, and we got expansion down. For expansion up, the red R sign needs to remain above level 50. That green needs to come up, the red RSI go higher then, and the blue LSMA eventually, over time, several candles, then expansion up. So it's much easier to get expansion down than it is expansion up right now in the 3 hour. I know you're wondering if targets where, again, over time, that could be the aqua lower. We're already looking at in between the white aqua lower. Yeah, we should already be about 120, 125 according to the indicators, but the reason we're not is the green's currently coming up. It's currently coming up in this 12-day time frame. This is the midterm group, by the way. 21 hours, 38 minutes remaining in the current 12-day candle. We will have a new 12-day candle begin in that amount of time, about 21 and a half hours. Will the next 8-day candle that begins in 21 and a half hours, will it begin coming down? Will the 9-day begin coming down? Because right now it's saying in between the white and aqua, and white is resistance. The white lowers resistance, and let me say this: the green could extend further the next candle. The next candle, we could see that go up. Maybe around 160. But again, in order for that to happen, the next candle begins in 21 and a half hours. In order for that to happen, this green better come on up in the 24 hour. Excuse me, the 12 hour. And it better come on up in the 24 hour. It better come on up in the 2-day. Because if that 2-day over the next 21 and a half hours ends up coming down more, and the red RSI comes down towards level 50 more, marker, I'm just looking at the immediate group for a moment. Yeah, it's looking like expansion down is most definitely a possibility. We're going to have to go to this near-term group to try to get a target. We're going to go full screen. Same 112. in between the white and aqua. Okay, that's saying 120. It's saying 120, but the green could overshoot the blue LSMA. It could. Uh-huh. 115. 115. But the next candle, we'll see where that blue LSMA is. I'd be surprised if it's up here at level 20. Yeah, so this is saying 122. Yeah. But we'll have to see what happens the next candle. We are nearing exhaustion in the 5-day, maybe. We could go up one more 5-day candle with the white energy. And the next candle potentially be green. And at that point, potentially go just above, a little bit above the white upper. That remains to be seen. We don't know what we don't know until we know it. Right now, though, we do know that we are seeing expansion, beginning of expansion, down in the short-term group. If that red RSI, the next 90-minute candle goes below level 50, that'll trigger downward pressure. But look how close the white energy is to level 50. You know, that white energy would need to come on back down, which right now, as I explained in the 3-hour, could very well end up being the case. Let's see what happens in 34 minutes. Let's see what happens in 34 minutes. Hold on a second. The aqua lower. Right now they're saying in between white and aqua lower. So right now we're already looking at that 132, 131 again in the 4-hour. Blue LSMA is still hanging up at level 60. Still hanging up at level 60. Only way we're going to get any kind of serious expansion down in the 30-minute is that blue LSMA in the 1-hour. It needs to get closer to level 50. It needs to get below level 60 and closer to level 50. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that may really stand out here. Gosh, these B bands may continue to get on tighter in the 2-hour unless we begin to get expansion down here in the 30-minute and then domino into the 1-hour, domino into the 90-minute, domino into the 2-hour, domino into 3-hour, so on and so forth. You get the drift. We're already looking at that aqua lower 130. Yeah. Already looking at that. But of course 130 requires a little bit of expansion in the 2-hour. In the 90-minute, because we see the orange lower B band is 130, so we'd start seeing a little bit of visible sign of expansion. If that price action started pushing down on that aqua lower, then you're going to start seeing expansion a little bit. Is what ended up being the case right here. Once it started pushing through the aqua lower, well, it began opening up the bands. That green may very well overextend to the orange. That's 128, the orange lower. But I'm talking about the next candle when it overextends, so then it'll be about 130. But yeah, if this keeps going down, y'all, back to the near term group, this green in this 3-day keeps coming down, that would be the next 3-day candle, and that aqua lower will be a little bit lower, 110, but that would require that green to overextend on down here to level 10. We might get it. We'll see with the green, with the blue LSMA, the green doing the 12-hour. But with that energy higher than the green, you know, that's bearish sentiment. Of course, that's obvious because the red RSI and blue LSMA are below level 50. And the price action will remain below level 50. It will remain below the white lower B band here for a while too, unless that red RSI begins to go higher. But if that green's coming down more in that 6-hour, watch out. It could end up knocking that red RSI down. So again, we're already looking at 130, but could go down to anywhere from 120 to 110 if this continues carrying on into the near-term group. You know, if that energy in the 5-day ends up exhausting and the energy continues coming down on the 4-day, the green continues coming down. Yeah, could be looking at anywhere between 110 and 120. But that's a little bit more time involved for that. First, let's see if this red RSI continues falling down below level 50, because then we're looking at the white aqua lower, 124 to 118 in the 24-hour, if that ends up being the case. All right, I'm going to go and call this quits. If you don't mind, take a moment and click like. If you're not following, feel free to do so. Certainly would appreciate your support. Want to wish everyone happy trading, and followers, you know the drill. Let's stay awesome.